Welcome back to another video. My name is Harold. Today is Wednesday, March 4th, and in this video, I'll be going over how I lost $416 trading ES futures today, but not in the way that you think. It's not on execution, but it was mainly due to poor planning. So if any of you guys think that you guys have a problem with daily planning, pre-market planning, I think that this video is gonna help a lot. And not just you, me as well. I am learning a lot today and I am frustrated with myself because this is something that is affecting me maybe once a week, maybe even twice a week, and I'm just getting lucky at times not being affected, but let me just get into it. Today we lost $416. We lost 8 points, one contract traded, a planned R multiple of 2.45, initial target of around 20 points. I am still trading the Lucid Prop Firm Lucid Pro account. There is a consistency rule, so I try to abide by it. But going into the plan, for anyone that doesn't really know how I trade, coming into the market, I'll see a range, right? If there's a range, I'll usually attempt to take a trade outside of that range. I trade breakouts using order flow in confluence with what happened the previous day. So coming into this market, we see that yesterday pre-market we had a trend to the downside, breaking below both value areas, weekly and monthly value areas. Price attempted to create a new low of the month. Almost past 3 months, this is probably the lowest point that price has gone, right? There was a level of demand here that was broken, but instead of creating new lows, we bounced, we held the selling, we bounced to the upside on aggression. This was a very aggressive move back to the upside, closing back into the monthly and the weekly value areas. Sorry, just the monthly value area. Coming into the market open today, price rejects. We hold again, and now we are opening above the weekly value area low. So my plan for the day was, if price was able to get above the previous day value area high, then I was looking to take this trade all the way up to the monthly POC, right? This was the next level of resistance for a breakout. After this break, we were most likely going to see POC, and if POC was able to break with strong volume, then we might have even been able to see the weekly value area high. This was a great plan, by the way. The thing that I messed up was my plan to the downside. So I always create a plan to the upside and to the downside. But when there's a good upside plan, sometimes we also have a great downside plan. But other times, we force a downside plan or we force a plan to the other side, right? And by force, I mean I create a play out of thin air. So just listen to me, hear me out, okay? The plan was simple, or the plan that I wrote out was, if price was able to break below this weekly value area low, right? Then I was looking to take the market short to the monthly value area low at 68.04. But to me, this play was insanely forced because looking at the price action, in what world would it confirm us to trend shorts, right? Or even consider this play a breakout without hitting forms of resistance, right? We have volume shelf here, we have resistance here, and we have resistance here, right? This to me was an opportunity for me to create something out of thin air over listening to what the market was telling me, right? The actual trade that I should have done and that I was looking at originally before I created this play was the monthly value area low. I told myself if price was able to break below this level, then seeing shorts to the downside was very likely. We could first see a target of the 72s and then we can see all the way down here at the 20s. The reason I didn't go with this is because I asked myself, okay, From this point to this point is about a 40-point difference, and I only trade the first hour and 30 minutes of market open. So what are the chances that price can drop this low and not be overextended? The chances are slim, right? Well, that's what I was thinking in my head. But that's not something that I should be deciding. That's something that I should let the market decide for me. My job as a trader is to make the best plan possible and follow that plan, right? But I didn't. Instead, I created a plan that satisfied my ego of wanting to take a trade today. Look at this, all right? I'm going to show you guys my actual pre-market plan. The whole thing does not matter, but look what I wrote here. If price is not able to get above the previous day's highs, then we are most likely looking at a day with not much opportunities for us. I even wrote that because if price was not able to get above this level, then I had a feeling that we might chop here all day, which is fine, right? But knowing this information, why did I create something, right, that might lead to chops? Because I wanted this little move right here? Because I wanted to satisfy something that was not there? Guys, this one problem has been holding me back so much. I think this happens maybe once a week at least, right? And this is because I want to be able to create a plan both ways, which is fine, right? You should have a plan for both ways, but there's going to be a lot of days where one direction is a lot more likely and a lot better in terms of action, and the other direction might not be. Like, it's good to have a plan for it, but it doesn't mean that the plan should be forced, right? If I can eliminate this out of my trading, I think that a lot more profits will be coming my way. And I think that this will help me improve as a trader a lot more. Let me just show you guys an example of what could have been, right? So I ended up taking the trade down here at 68.25. The level broke, at least, and I hesitated here too. I hesitated here. Instead of taking the trade here, I waited, and these two candles actually gave me confirmation that this play was weak. We got a good strong candle, and all of a sudden we had weakness on volume here. Dojis as well. All right, I'm not going to show the order flow today just because I don't need to get that deep into it. And then we got an exhaustion candle here. I entered on the exhaustion. Price bounced and we reversed, hit my stop. Right? Let's say I didn't create this plan and I stayed with the OG plan that I wanted for myself, but I just didn't take because I didn't want to wait that long, right? If the original plan started over here, right, we would have never got to this level in the first place. I would have watched market chop and reverse back to the upside, giving myself an opportunity to take the original long idea that I have, right? That is the wrong way. To take the long to the 85s, which is the monthly POC. Set the stop at the low of the candle. We never would have been stopped out. We would have hit this trade for almost a 1 to 3. Maybe even a 1 to 4. Okay, this was a 30-point move to the upside. Because I took this opportunity that I created out of nowhere, I missed out on this opportunity, right? And I don't know if you guys are going through the same thing. This has been very frustrating to me, and I think these are the days that also lead to a lot of overtrading. I don't overtrade often, but when I do overtrade by 2 or 3 trades, this is the reason why. Because this happens, and mentally I think, I know I didn't need to do that. But why did I do it? Okay, now the thing I actually wanted is playing out. So I have to take this one, right? I can't miss this move, right? I can't miss it. So I had that same mindset and I ended up taking this trade. But because I was already overthinking like crazy, I took the trade right here. And what happened? I got stopped out. I took this trade on my eval just because I didn't want to overtrade on my funded. But yeah, I ended up taking the trade. I managed it poorly. I entered on the wrong area just because I was overthinking about this and what could have been, and I got stopped out. So for 2026, for the next even 3 months, I think that if I can keep myself in check and properly plan the way I know I'm supposed to, instead of planning for what I actually want, I think that we can make a lot of progress this year. I genuinely think so. And I think that if you're in the same boat as me and you don't really have a problem with strategy and your execution is, it's pretty good, like we'll say it's like 70% there, but you have a problem with planning and just trusting that plan, then I need you to reevaluate yourself and see what's more important. Is it more important to take a trade when you want, or is it more important to follow the plan and get the opportunities that they will present themselves? All right, they really will. Even when you think that they won't, they will present themselves somehow. That is, I think, the biggest thing that I'm learning right now, and that is the biggest thing that will help me improve as a trader. So I hope that you guys can follow along and just see me grow. And if you guys are having the same problem as me, just, you know, give me a like or write something in the comments so that I can know that there are other people who have the same problem as me and that we can get through this together. Alright? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.